I stay myself, I never change, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid, yeah.
Cause, but I still low. Got 100 different to my cell phone. Still 33 for low. I'ma ride to my dog sitting in jail. It's that ladder on the grass, spin it back, roll.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Panthers going up against the 49ers.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. First NFL carry for the rookie Christian McCaffrey. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Second down. Here's Newton. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. So the D-line's going to spread out. 3rd and long. It's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game, too. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To throw on second down is Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the 50, Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Now Newton. Funchess with a catch over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. somewhat surprising stat. The Panthers, they haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher on the ground since 2009. That's the longest active drought in the NFL, but certainly they're hoping Christian McCaffrey can change that.
Not just as a ball carrier, but also as a pass receiver, and take pressure off of Cam Newton, give him some easy completions, and maybe he doesn't get hit as much in the pocket that way.
Here's Newton now on second down. And his throw will be intercepted. Picked off around the 27. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense taking the field, and it's a crew, Charles, that really took a big step backward last year because they were coming off their best season in franchise history in 2015. The Super Bowl appearance, 15 wins. I guess really 17 if you count the playoffs, but down to just 6 last year.
A big drop-off was on offense because in 2015, they drove the ball and they rang the bell, meaning they got into the end zone. They scored 500 points in 2015. Big drop-off in 2016. Unsettled offensive line. Guys were hurt out wide. Couldn't keep everyone healthy. Quarterback didn't play to the same level, but guess what? They're changing that up, going from that boom-boom type of an offense to a little more flash and dash. Christian McCaffrey out of Stanford at running back. Curtis Samuel of Ohio State will be a running back receiver. They expect to get quicker, faster, and more efficient on offense.
On second down, McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Throwing on third down, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. Now a man who subbed in for Andy Lee down the stretch last year, Michael Pilardi, to kick it away as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. Room here to run. And he's into the clear. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And it's up and good. Gold now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second and 10, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game. To throw on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49ers heading out, and Charles, at the end of last year, we talked about their decline. They were 12-4 4 years ago, then 8-8, 5-11, and last season 2-14. Head coaches, 4 of them in the last 4 years, but while it might not change overnight, you get the sense the tailspin may be over. Agreed with you there, partner, because they changed administration as well, and they're going to... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Thompson coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. And now here's a carry heading left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down. And able to find Garcon. He got 29. 9 yards that time. Now they try the right side here. A big hit. Knocked out sideways at the 47-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Play action. Garoppolo. 20. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. That one goes for 36 yards. When the 49ers were in the red zone last year, they finished with 6 points 68% of the time. That was second best in the NFL. They've got it here in the red zone, 1st and 10. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone. So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage. Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right? Now, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold now out to kick it away. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver. A nice AFC West matchup. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Newton on 1st down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving. Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points. And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done. A somewhat amazing stat. The largest deficit ever overcome to win a game in Panthers history is just 17 points. So this would be record book stuff if they could pull this one out. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Aaron Lynch in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high risk.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And for how much Cam handles the football, he really doesn't fumble a whole lot, but coughed it up there.
And I know that a lot of people seeing that play, they immediately go back to the Super Bowl against Denver and Von Miller knocking it free from Cam. But I think you're exactly right. One of the underrated aspects of his game, he's fundamentally sound when he carries the football. Whether he's in the pocket or actually running it, he usually does a great job of taking care of it.
They'll have to shape that one off. On first down, Garoppolo. Being chased out left. And some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times
he rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, LR. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran off
it's a foot race. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the 49ers continue to roll. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Gold now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On first down, it's Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain. I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
They'll need to get the play off quickly, and he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Time running out here on the play clock. And now with the play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Thomas Davis in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They fake the give. Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A gain of 4 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Completes it to Dixon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And his throw here's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Newton throwing again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funches, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers gain a bit of respectability. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say,
and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Pierre Garçon, his first touchdown as a 49er. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. What a difference a year makes so far, at least. These guys last place in their division a year ago. Looking like they're going to move to 1-0 right now.
Not really unusual in the NFL, though, is it? Because we always talk about every year, 8-8 is kind of the baseline for everyone, plus or minus. And we've seen many teams go from worst to first. I know it's 1 week, but still, they're starting to think to themselves, we've got a chance this season.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. On first down, Newton. And this one is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go. A shotgun snap for Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
It came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And the play clock's running down. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one goes for 24 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, then he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
15 yards through the air and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. On 1st and 10, Newton. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The rookie from Stanford, Solomon Thomas. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
So with the addition of Solomon Thomas, think about what the 49ers have done now in their last 3 drafts. Eric Armstead, defensive tackle /end. DeForest Buckner, the same thing, out of the University of Oregon as well. And now Solomon Thomas stayed in the Pac-12 and got 3 big-time players.
And Thomas, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year a season ago at Stanford.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
That's to his running back, complete. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. Last year, the Niners were opening night winners. That was only one of 2 wins for them on the season. They've got a chance to win another opener here, though. They've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And he puts it through. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together.